Like, I have no intentions on shooting any takedowns or like trying to take what people would consider the easy route, you know? Like, I'm here to, honestly, like, I want to put on a fight to remember. You know, like, because for me, this is something, like, this is a fight that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, and this is a moment in my story that I'm going to remember. So I want to do the same thing and deliver the same thing for the fans. I want this to be one of those fights where, you know, people talk about for, you know, for years to come.
At the end of the day, it would seem as though his path to victory is to knock Pereira out. That's not easy to do. He said the other day to the Schmo, I've never shot for a takedown in my career. I don't intend to do it the night that I'm standing in front of Pereira. Dude, Khalil Roundtree Jr., it would seem as though when you watch Pereira, he shouldn't just play with fire. Because we've seen Pereira knock out the best strikers in the world.
I don't see, Khalil Rountree's he hasn't had one takedown attempt his entire UFC career. How crazy is that? But like, what are the chances, as many times as he's been in there, you've never been in a situation where your feet got all tangled up and you were close and you just kind of grabbed on just to shoot a takedown attempt to, you know, just fill the space? Like, that's crazy to me that you've never even accidentally shot a takedown. But I don't like how willing Khalil is to give up ground and look to counter. Alex Pereira is a really, really tricky guy, and it seems like letting him walk you down to the fence makes it to where you can only go one way or the other. At the level that Alex Pereira fights at on his feet, taking all those options away from yourself seems like a bad idea.
I don't feel scared. Scared is not something I feel. It's just excitement. You know, I'm like, when people talk about Alex and what he possesses, I see very similar, you know, things that I have in my game and how I kind of perceive myself. Don't care what other people think and what, you know, like their opinions, but how I view it. So for me to have this opportunity, I'm excited. It's not like a scared or no, dude, I'm excited. I'm fired up, and I can't wait to put on like the fight of the year. Honestly, this is gonna be fight of the year, 100%.
That's a tough one. If I'm Khalil, I would say Russell, but he's got knockout power too. They're both scary power punchers. Pereira, I think, utilizing those calf kicks. But then again, going to a Muay Thai style of Khalil, trying to play the kicking game with Khalil, I don't know if that's going to be the best plan of attack with Pereira, for Pereira to do that with Khalil. I think Khalil just seems a little bit cleaner in his traditional Muay Thai, but I think Pereira probably hits harder. He just has that touch of death. When he places his hand on your chin, guys just go down. It's the most freakishly looking thing. His fight with Jamal Hill, his fight with Sean Strickland, Israel, these guys, he touches them and it's just like magic. They just drop. It's really fascinating. I don't know what his limbs, his bones are made out of.
I think that everyone has gone in there and they've tried their best. And, you know, and he's had an answer for that. And yeah, so I don't think that there was anything wrong. I think anybody going in there, they know what to prepare for. And that's it. So yeah, I can't be the judge of right or wrong. I'd say, like, I'm in a similar boat, right? It's not that I am saying like, yeah, I know everything right. No, I believe in myself. I believe in my skills and my abilities. And now, like, I get to be the next guy to go in there and put it to the test, you know, and if he has an answer for it, he has an answer for it.
You know, Alex is a big star. They want to keep him fighting. They want to keep him as busy as possible. And honestly, this is a good matchup for him. This is a really good matchup for him. A guy that hasn't been tested against the type of skill that's at the top of the division. Just physicality. He's like, I think Khalil's like he's like 6 feet tall, 5'11" or something like that. And reach isn't. He's got long arms, but that height advantage for that. And Alex is one of the top 3 tall guys in the division, right? And Khalil's kind of on the shorter side. So there's a physicality difference there, as well as the fact of, I don't think we've ever seen Khalil's ever fought 5 rounds. I don't think Khalil Roundtree's ever been in a 5-round fight.
it's a fight, so everything could happen. But on paper, I don't know how Rountree can win against him. What he have to do, I just don't see that he won this fight. So, but it's a fight, so everything could happen. Mm-hmm. But I see that Pereira won this fight in, I don't know, like KO in second round.
So I talked to John Wood, and they're really excited. And I don't think I'm pulling the curtain back here at all. Like, they're really excited because this is like the type of matchup that they want. They don't want to have to worry about the wrestling. They don't want to have to worry about the jiu-jitsu and fighting off of his back and all that stuff. Like, it seems like both guys are just have this deal. Like, this is just what we're going to do, and we're going to figure it out on our feet. Khalil he's a little bit smaller of a 205er. He's range wise, because I was out of shape and I was, short notice. The thing that saved me was my size. I was able to keep him off of me for the most part and kind of control the range and distance for a while. And I just think Alex is better at that, obviously, than I am. So I don't like that Khalil is primarily a counter striker with a guy that's as dangerous as Alex Pereira.
It's not just a power thing, in my opinion. I think that it's a skill thing. I think Alex is a skilled striker with lots of experience and so happens to have power. And I put myself in the same exact boat. I view myself as, possessing the same qualities. So now it's just a matter of putting us both in together and seeing, two skillful, powerful strikers really go at it for the belt.
And we've seen, if you've watched Khalil fight, he gets tired. He gets tired fairly early into the fight. Now, the Dustin Jacoby fight. Now, one thing I watched this fight while I was preparing for Khalil. And one thing that jumped out to me initially, whenever I first watched it in real time, I was kind of in and out watching it. I gave it to Khalil. I was like, okay. It was a close fight. Could have been. I went back and watched the fight after watching the fight study. Khalil lost all 3 rounds of this fight. You can go back and you can watch this fight. Khalil lost all 3 rounds of this fight. So the 5-fight win streak for me is, you got to take it with a little bit of grain of salt.
Do I favor one? I just want to see a good fight. Yeah. That's it. I know Khalil a little bit more than I know Pereira, but I respect both guys. Anyone that comes into the sport put in some hard work, especially getting to the top, even after some tough losses, I think is respectable. So with that being said, I respect both these guys' journey, and I just want to see a good fight. It just seems like Alex Pereira is always saving the day, so I hope his paycheck reflects that. And I'm not saying that like they didn't have a main event, but he just fought. For him to be turning around again like this, I'm like, bro, do you know what the word vacation means?
Well, Alex Pereira is the biggest superstar in mixed martial arts right now, and that's a crazy statement. But with respect to Sean O'Malley and everybody else, this is the guy who is leading the dance for the UFC in 2024. It's been absolutely incredible to watch his rise, and I think a lot of it's just rooted in his appetite for mixed martial arts knowledge and improvement and his just desire to be great.
If you really want me to get deep into the X's and O's, I think that recently Khalil has been giving up some distance and space when he's in there. He wants to counter and he's really fast, but I had a hard time kind of tracking him down and getting a beat on him, but Alex is way better than I am in terms of striking. So I think that if Khalil sits back and lets Pereira walk him down like he let me do, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough.
Knockout from Alex, probably early, first round, I'd say. I could see it going. I could see it possibly going longer if they get into maybe to like a gun shy situation, but I don't see that.
You want to know why it's so important for Pereira to stay notable and to be in that position? Because now we've talked about 3 fights, Shale, this year, where we've said the biggest fight of the year. UFC 300, he headlined. Oh, this is going to be the biggest fight card ever. UFC 303 was supposed to be Conor. Who do you replace him with? Pereira. This is a massive fight card. Now we're saying UFC 307. Oh man, this is going to be one of the best fight cards of the year. Was the connective tissue? Alex Pereira.